welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. So today, me and Wesley are reviewing the brand new Rugrats, the reboot. We watched the first episode, and we're just going to talk about it. So, Wesley, actually, you don't even need to explain the plot, because if nobody understands what the Rugrats are about, then I'm sorry, y'all are stupid. It's about babies who have adventures. Like, it's that simple. Um,
Yeah.
so, I guess let's talk about the things that we didn't like at first. So I'll start with mine, and
hmm
then you can start with yours. One of the things that I didn't like at first was the grandpa and how different he is compared to the original. Because in the original,
hmm
the grandpa's pretty lazy. He's laid back. He sleeps a lot. He didn't have a ponytail. His voice was very unique. And now they changed a lot. But once you watch more of the episode, you start to kind of get used to it. They have new voice actors for the adult cast, and I think out of all of them, my favorite would have to be the dad. The dad sounds just like
hmm
the original, but like younger, I guess you could say.
hmm
But the grandpa I didn't like at first because he has a ponytail, he does yoga now, and it just doesn't seem right. But it's a little bit different compared to the original. And I know maybe the reboot's not going to be as good as the original, but at least they're trying to do something that the original couldn't do, which is have more
Yeah.
you know fun with the animation. They can do a lot more now, which is really good.
hmm
Um, but I don't think there's anything else that I really hated about this. I think I liked pretty much the whole thing. Like, there's nothing that I really hated about it. What about you, Wes? What was one thing that you hated?
Um, I didn't hate much. I'm just a bit worried that if it's true that this is taking place more in modern time,
Mm-hmm.
I hope. Because usually when shows do that, it doesn't usually end up well.
Mm-hmm. Where they have, like, really cringy pokes at the modern times.
hmm
Like, damn, Daniel, or some stupid shit like that.
hmm
Or, like, dabbing. If one of the Rugrats dabs, I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
Deadass, I'm not gonna watch
So
it.
is it guaranteed that the grandpa is fine?
So, oh, okay. So in the episode, guys, Angelica was on Grandpa's phone, and he was on this dating app, and she was just clicking like on every person that she saw, and there were guys and girls on his phone. So she just kept liking it, and pretty much confirmation that the grandpa's bisexual. Like, there is a setting to where you can set it up to where it's only girls. Like when you get a dating app, it basically shows you, oh, which are you interested in, and it says men, women, or both, and people would usually select that, and whatever they selected, they would only get those genders. So they didn't do that on purpose. I feel like they no, they didn't do it on accident. I feel like they did do it on purpose to, like, kind of show, there's more than just one, LGBT character in the show, which is really
hmm
cool. But I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, so I just wanted to bring that up because, like, yeah, I like there being like LGBT characters,
Hmm.
but they just announced like two of them being LGBT in the same episode. I feel like they could have
Hmm.
had Grandpa in this one,
Like,
and
have a
then
story.
Betty, yeah, and then Betty
Hmm.
in some like later time.
Yeah, I think they need to really dive deep in, like, the lore of the show. I really hope we get to see more about Betty. So apparently she's gay now, but where did Phil and Lil come from? Like, we
Yeah.
need to see lore in the show, and if they don't do that, then they're not doing it right. They're not doing it
Mhm.
justice. Now let's say the things that we did like. I'll go first. Some of the
Mhm.
things that I really liked about this new show is definitely the art style and the animation. It looks very smooth, very clean. Sometimes it's a little choppy, and sometimes it's like a little smeared or whatever. Like when they're, like, running or driving, it's kind of smeared, and it's like water paint. Don't worry.
Well, I'm guessing no one's gonna be dying in the next few weeks.
Yeah. So, okay, anyways. So, yeah, sometimes the art is kind of smeared a little bit, like water paint, and
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I kind of don't like, but, it's like maybe happens like one or two times an episode. I think maybe like one, two times. Another thing that I liked is definitely the new models of the characters. I like the way that they all look, except for the grandpa. I think it's like way too much change that I'm not really here for. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the backgrounds are really good. It looks a lot better than Camp Coral. Like Rugrats, I don't know how much I don't get how they got such a amazing animation budget for this show, even though
Mm-hmm.
SpongeBob has literally been on for the last 20 years, and it looks like they didn't even put a lot of what the fuck? They didn't put a lot of effort into Camp Coral, and it doesn't look appealing at all. But then you look at
Yeah.
Rugrats, and it's like, how did they do that? Like SpongeBob has made so much money, and looking at Rugrats,
Mm-hmm.
and they haven't like made any money in like a while because they haven't had a show. Like how? How does this look better than Camp Coral? I don't get it.
I don't fucking know.
It's cool. I like it though. In the
Yeah.
beginning, it's kind of like Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, and then there's like a little reference that Wesley was telling me during the episode that there might be a reference to Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Explain
where
that.
so they so I guess they're in like this little car vehicle in the beginning. It's supposed to be like a Jurassic Park like scene. And so they lose the key, and then Tommy, the driver, pulls out a screwdriver where if he presses a button, the screwdriver part just spins, and he uses that as the key. And I thought that could be a nice reference from Doctor Who, knowing that he uses a little device a lot called the sonic screwdriver.
Mm-hmm. So if that is a reference, that's a really good nod to Doctor Who. I like that because,
Yeah.
you know, I was kind of nervous in the beginning, and also, guys, there are a couple like dirty jokes in the episode and like kind of like
Mhm.
subliminal messages, and I like that about Rugrats because the original they did that and we had no idea. And in the reboot, we
Mhm.
were all scared that it's not going to be the same. It feels the same. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing different about it except for the way that it looks. Like the style of like the comedy is still there. The
Yep.
way that the babies talk, it's all the same. It's just the way that it looks is not the same. That's the only thing
Yeah.
that's different about this reboot is that they don't look the same like they used to. But the
Mhm.
comedy, the writing, it's still there. And that's what I like about it. Like, it'll never the style of the reboot will never be as good as the original, and I, have to admit that. Um,
Mhm.
it's not going to be as good as that, but it still looks good for what it is. And when I was watching this, I kind of got like Craig of the Creek feels, Clarence, like watching these newer shows that are coming out nowadays. Rugrats can kind of like get inspiration from those shows and like get more ideas because there are shows that are coming out nowadays that experience like children and teens having fun outside and having like these little imagination adventures, and Rugrats was the
Mhm.
first to do that, but now we have Craig of the Creek, we have Clarence, we have multiple shows that are doing this, and now Rugrats can kind of like piggyback off of those shows and be like, okay, so we can do what they were doing and try to do something different with it.
Mhm.
And I like that about that Rugrats has a little bit more inspiration now and a lot more to do with it.
Yeah.
One thing that I want to know is if we are ever going to see Kimmy and Dylan in this show. Like, are they really going to, like, like, how are they going to introduce, Chucky's new mom and Kimmy and Dill? Like, how are they going to do any of that? Because it was so well put together in the original show with the movies. And,
Mhm.
it's not going to feel the same if they try to, like, remake the movie. Because Pokemon, they had their first movie in the 90s. And then Netflix decided
Mhm.
to remake it. And it was just they just did a different animation style, and it was just
Mhm.
everything was the same about it. It was just the style was different, like the same script, everything was still there, like the storyboards were still there. They just wanted to animate it. So I'm wondering
Mhm.
if they do that with Rugrats, maybe it'll do good. I don't know, but if they do that, that would be really fucking cool. I would like that,
Mhm.
but I don't know. There is one thing
Well,
that I okay, go ahead. I'll say
there's
this at
that
the end.
one episode that they rehashed.
See, yeah, that's another thing. Like, since they decided to do that, and I don't think that's in the actual show. I think that was just like a short for
Oh.
YouTube. I'm pretty sure. I was really mad when I saw that, guys, because I was like, I hope they don't just redo episodes, because that would not be good at all. But they did an original, like, they recreated an original scene from the
Mm-hmm.
original Rugrats, and I wasn't happy about it at first, but then looking back at it, it was pretty cool. Um, but another thing that I need to say is that apparently Nickelodeon said if this Rugrats reboot does good, Nickelodeon is going to reboot a lot of their original shows and give them another chance, because people still want to see a sixth season of Hey Arnold. And there was a rumor going around, and I'm going to try and find it and show you guys on screen. But there was a rumor that Craig Bartlett did say if the Rugrats reboot does good, then they would make a season 6 of Hey Arnold. But don't take me up on that, because there are so many rumors nowadays about Hey Arnold. But if that's true, I would be so happy, because Nickelodeon is putting so much work and effort into this Rugrats reboot. For them to just, say, oh, we're going to get all of these reboots because of Rugrats doing good. And it is already trending on Paramount Plus. Wesley saw it before we started watching it. It was number 3 on trending. And the first two is, would you say, SpongeBob and then Camp Coral?
Yeah, second was SpongeBob, and then first was Camp Coral.
Oh, I thought it was SpongeBob and then Camp Coral. Um,
No.
so Rugrats is trending, so it's not doing as bad as they thought it would, and that's good. I like that. Um, before we get out of here, um, I don't really think there's anything else to say. I don't want to spoil the episode, because I really want you guys to go see this.
Mhm.
Wesley didn't really like watching Rugrats, and I was
Well, I
like, you
didn't
know what?
hate it.
No, I know
I
you
just,
didn't hate it, but you just like didn't want to watch it, because it's shown as a little baby show, but it's not like that.
why no?
But then I was like, you know what? Maybe Wesley would like the reboot, and so far it doesn't seem like he hates it, and he might watch it, maybe a little bit more of it, to see if there is a little bit, of lore in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first couple episodes of Camp Coral, I'm not going to try and give Camp Coral, any, you know, attention right now, because that's not what we're talking about. But Camp
Mm-hmm.
Coral started off with, like, little story to it, but then as it went on, it did start to have a little bit more lore to it, like with Sandy and stuff. Not gonna spoil that though. So I hope that's what Rugrats does, because the first 5 episodes are on Paramount Plus. There should be more soon, hopefully. I really hope there will be. The first episode is 45 minutes. Um, it's definitely worth watching. It's not bad. I like it. Um, Leslie, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I think we've
Covered
did
it.
it justice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Justiced. Justiced. Yep, we did.
Just how
Oh,
like Chucky would say it.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Have you guys seen this reboot yet? If not, you guys should go check it out and let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Make sure to hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And me and Wesley will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah.